with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. I got myself a new mold here that I'm going to be trying out for the first time. I bought this off of Amazon. Should have taken it apart beforehand. I'll leave a link for it below. They're just really cute silicone bundt molds, typically used for baking, but you know, I'm using it for soaping because that's what I do. And I thought they were really neat because there's like 3 different designs going on here. And I am going to be making some gingerbread bundt cakes with these because I wanted to use the gingerbread cookie fragrance that just came out in the new holiday fragrance by Bramble Berry. And since I just got it in and I'm trying to hurry up and get all of these holiday scents out that they sent me because I'm already, you know, way past making holiday soaps here, believe it or not. Turn it off. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a heat transfer method here, which means I'm going to take all of my solid butters and oils and I'm going to melt them with my freshly poured, trying not to splatter here, freshly poured lye water solution, so it's really, really hot. And that is what I'm going to use to melt down the oils here. And then I'm going to add in my liquid oils that there's like a little piece of soap, black soap floating around in there. Let's see if I can get that out of there. There you go. Alright, so there's also some coconut milk powder in my liquid oils here and my kaolin clay as usual. And I've also added Tussa Silk and sodium lactate to this. So I'm going to keep stirring this until it is all fully melted before I add in my liquid oils here. So that looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and pour in the rest of my oils here. Try and get all of that coconut milk powder and kaolin clay so it's sticking to the bottom out of there. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of color to this. The fragrance has vanillin in it and it does discolor to probably, I think, a dark brown. It's going to be brown regardless. Let's see. Yep, discolors to brown in cold process, and it says it also accelerates in cold process. So this is going to be like the easiest, fastest soap ever. Nothing fancy going on with it, except that they're going in very pretty little molds, the bundt cake shapes. And then I'll come back tomorrow. The fun part will be unmolding them and actually decorating them. Since this is going to turn brown, I am going to add a little bit of color. I can't do much about the fact that it's turning brown, but I'm fine with that because gingerbread is brown. I'm going to be adding a little bit of copper penny to this to give it a little bit of a ginger snap undertone color to it. And some walnut shell powder as well to add a little exfoliation, and I just think walnut shell always gives a nice crumb look. So we'll pour some of that in as well and get this to a light trace. So I got that to a light trace. That is a very pretty color. I like that copper penny. That is from the Nurture Soap mica set that they sent me. So I've not used that one before. I'm going to hand mix in my fragrance because it accelerates, it says. Let's see. So when I put this into the Bramble Berry fragrance calculator, it says if you wanted a strong fragrance throw, which not exactly what I want, you would put about 1.8 ounces into the amount of oils that I'm using. And I am going to try and get 2 batches out of this, so I'm not going to put a very strong amount of fragrance in this. I think this just smells so good, and a little bit goes a long way, in my opinion. The fragrance has cardamom, clove, cinnamon, vanilla, tonka, and orange in it, and that smells so lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and pour them into these molds here. If I've done my calculation correctly, each one holds about 3 ounces. So let's get to pouring that. So they're looking a little more pumpkin right now and not gingerbread, but I'm sure it'll darken up once I let them sit. So I'm spraying this with the rubbing alcohol, and they'll be here for about 24 hours. I'll come back and unmold them and we'll decorate them. So I've started to unmold these. They're not dark yet, but I'm hoping as they sit they do darken up. That is the plan. I was a little off with my calculations as far as how much batter I would need for these. So I would say each one of these holds about 3.5 ounces. So next time I'll know so that I can pour up enough to make 12. And I highly recommend, if you're using molds like this, to put them on a pan or a cutting board or some kind of flat movable contraption so that if you need to jiggle them down or transport them, it is a lot easier. And so I'm just going to get my icing together and we'll whip up and decorate the tops of these. Now comes the fun part of decorating these. As you can see, they have darkened up significantly. They are a lot darker than when you guys last saw them. I decided to let them sit and do their thing so that they look more like gingerbread before I go in decorating them. And so I have a little star tip here, and I'm just going to add a little dollop onto each one of these. And then I have some different shades of gingerbread and some pecans and some candy canes, and I've got some sprinkles, and I also have just a bunch of little things, little bits and bobs here to decorate these guys with. It's very much like if you were to make sugar cookies, all the different ways you can decorate those sugar cookies. So each one of these is going to be a little different, and it's going to be really fun to do. And it's funny that I'm saying that because I actually hate making sugar cookies. Every year for Christmas I make a whole bunch of different kinds of cookies, like 10 different cookies, and I'll do like dozens and dozens of each, and I give them out to like friends and family and, you know, neighbors. I'll just have so many cookies. You see me, I'm gonna give you cookies. I just like doing that. I don't know why. I don't like eating them as much because, I mean, how many cookies do I really need to eat? I'm just gonna feed everyone else and they can thank me later. But I will not make sugar cookies, and it's funny, I have so many like cookie cutter, like literally so many shapes of cookie cutters for Christmas time, and I don't ever use them. And I feel like even if I did, they would never look as pretty as I want them to. And it's funny I say this because I'm making all of these little intricate detailed soaps, and I was originally a baker before I got into soap making, and now I'm like, nope, I don't like making sugar cookies. So if I make cookies, I will make everything but. And maybe when we have kids, I'll make them and then they can decorate the sugar cookies. I don't mind making them as much as decorating, which is really weird. Even though I don't like rolling things out and having to like fit all those different shapes on there. It just sounds like too much work. It's too much work. Which you'd never think I would say that. Alright, I'm now going to go and decorate all of these guys with all of my little melt and pour embeds. They're probably really cute, and they already look very, very yummy looking. Alright, so let's see, maybe I'll stick the sky on the side, and then we'll do like a little pecan there and a star here. I like that. Trying to, I don't know, make each one of these have a little pop of color on them so that they're not totally brown. And we'll do a star on that one. What kind of cookies do you guys like? Whether you like baking them or eating them. When Christmas time rolls around, what is your favorite cookie? Mine, I usually make it's a ginger snap cookie or a chocolate molasses cookie, and every single year I decide to make those. Every single year, and I usually keep most of those to myself. Trick that I've learned growing up is to put bread in with your cookies. Has anyone else ever done that before, heard that before, tried that before, or am I just weird? But that is what I do. I make a whole bunch of cookies, I put them in little Tupperware containers, and I store them with a slice of bread, and it keeps them really, really soft and moist. So if you aren't familiar with that technique, I highly suggest that you try it. I'm just saying, you will be surprised at how soft. That is if you like soft cookies. I do. I like my cookies to stay really soft. I am not a crispy cookie kind of gal. Alright, I am just going to have fun decorating every single one of these. I've got like some bursting beads from Bramble Berry that are in like gold and white, and I just sprinkle those on there. And then I've got some green sprinkles, and I can sprinkle those on there. And these are just, they're really cute. I am happy with how these turned out. So there you have it. Well, there they all are, all done and ready to hit the curing rack, and I'll just give you guys some up close looks of them. I just think they are so festive and fun and cute. See all the different embeds on there from the gingerbread man and the little pecan. There's some red jojoba beads on there that I added. There's the gold sprinkles and the star sprinkles and little green sugar sprinkles, and there's just so much going on this little soap, and I am in love with them. They will be available this Friday, which is the next soap release, which is November 22nd. So you guys can get one of these. I love how each one is a little bit different than the other one. Different shapes, different embeds, different shades of gingerbread man. So cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can give me a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I will smell you later.